They're beautiful, they're tragic, and they can ruin your life. Today we talk about some of the most frightening and mostly misunderstood female characters from folklore that entire cultures created warnings about them. Backward feet, deadly kisses, crying ghosts, women made of snow, goddesses turning into crows, and much more. So grab your snacks, maybe a holy candle, and let's meet the girls. Hi, I'm Christique and I would like to welcome you to Uncovered Stories, where we talk about strange myths, legends, and hidden stories behind your favorite TV shows and video games. So offer a like and a subscribe to join the conversation because legends and secrets are better uncovered together. Have you ever heard a story so wild you had to stop and go, wait, her feet to do what? Picture this. Deep in the mountains of the Dominican Republic, long before the Spanish showed up, the Taino people told stories of mysterious women who roamed the forest at night. Beautiful, dark-skinned, with long, shiny hair that basically doubled as a full-body outfit. Like move over shampoo commercials, La Ciguapa's got it covered. Literally. But La Ciguapa is not your average forest nymph. Nope. La Ciguapa has one tiny detail that sets her apart. Her feet faced backwards. Yeah, she's been moonwalking 24/7 long before Michael Jackson did it. So if anyone tries to track her, they end up walking in the wrong direction. Now, this lady lives in the mountains, hiding in caves, sneaking out at night. Super mysterious. Locals say she moves silently through the trees, whispering or even making bird sounds to lure men in. Because of course, they do fall for it. It's not so hard to catch a man's attention, right? Why chase love when you can literally sing it into the woods like a Disney princess? Who eats people? Yeah, in some versions of the story, La Ciguapa lures men in with her beauty and her voice. And once they're hypnotized, bye-bye, senor. Adios, adios, adios. Some say she kisses them to death, others say she eats them slowly or that she keeps them for her carnal pleasures only. Well, I don't think the last part is so hard to accept by the guys. And you can't just go after her. Oh no! The only way to catch a La Ciguapa, according to legend, is on the night of a full moon, using a dog with 6 toes. Because apparently regular dogs just don't have the resume for this kind of job. Now, some stories say she's evil, others paint her as more tragic. A lonely creature, shy and misunderstood, who dies of sadness if captured. Other legends say Ciguapas are shy, jealous beings who fall in love easily with people, and that love kills both the Ciguapa and her victim in the end. Kinda tragic, like a Dominican Romeo and Juliet. If Juliet had claws and lived in a cave and had her feet backwards. So maybe La Ciguapa isn't just a monster. Maybe she's a symbol of feminine power, wild, untamed, and a little scary to men who don't get it. I mean, who wouldn't be scared of a woman who can walk backwards, lure you in, and kill you, all in the same night? So next time you're hiking in the Dominican mountains and you hear a beautiful voice calling your name, don't follow it. Just don't. Unless you're bringing a 6-toed dog and a whole lot of brew with you. And speaking of misunderstood and emotional women, when I was a little girl, my father used to tell me that I cry too much and I'm too sensitive. And he was right, I am too sensitive. Back then I thought it was an awful thing. Now I love it.
Who the hell cares?
But until a few days ago, I didn't know that there's a woman in folklore that cries more than me. You've probably heard of La Lorna, aka the Whipping Woman, no? Well, imagine this. It's late at night, you're walking by a river and you hear someone sobbing. You look over and there's a woman in white crying her eyes out. Now, do you A. ask if she's okay, or B. get the heck out of there? If you said A, congratulations! You're the main character in a horror movie. This legend has been around for centuries. Some say it came from Mexico, others say it floated over from Spain, and a few historians think she might even trace back to the Aztec goddesses Cuatlique. I'm not good with ancient names, okay? Okay. But no matter the version, La Lorna is basically in every Latin folklore. The classic legend says that La Lorna was once this gorgeous woman named Maria, beautiful, proud, and married to a man who was just not it. In some versions, he cheats on her. In others, he leaves her for someone richer or with lighter skin. Either way, Maria did not take that well. In some versions of the legend, she takes her kids down to the river and drowns them. Oh, shit! In others, was just an accident. But we can all agree it was not a good parenting move, Maria. Not a good parenting move. Then, realizing what she's done, she drowns herself too. But when she reaches the afterlife, the angels are like, no sweetie, you have to go back and find your kids. And so now she wanders the earth forever crying and looking for them. Mi hijos, ¿dónde está mi hijos? Now, depending on who you ask, La Lorna either kidnaps kids who stay out too late, seduces lonely men and kills them, hops out in your car like, hey, have you been cheating? Or just shows up weeping to ruin your night. People say if you hear her nearby, she's actually far away. And if she sounds far away, she's right next to you, which is not comforting at all. So if you hear a woman crying near a river at 3 a.m., that's not a sign to investigate. That's a sign to run.
Why are you running?
But here's the thing. La Lorna isn't just a scary bedtime story. She's become the symbol of pain, love, and regret, a tragic warning about passion, betrayal, and how not to handle your emotions.
Let me tell you something, you're nothing!
Well, when it comes to handling our emotions, everybody is good at the theory part, but it's harder to put it into practice. Most of us, when we are triggered, we build a wall so fast between us and the rest of the world, and we treat everyone with the cold shoulder. Just like Yuki-Onna is doing, the Snow Woman. Her name literally means that. Yuki means snow, Onna means woman. No mystery there. The mystery is everything else. She's one of the most famous yokai in Japanese folklore, and if you lived in northern Japan back in the day, especially during a snowstorm, you definitely did not want to see her. Yokai basically means mysterious beings that exist beyond the human understanding. Ghosts, monsters, or spirits. Now, Yuki-Onna isn't your average ghost or monster. No. She is the storm, the living embodiment of winter. She's nature's way of saying, yes, I'm pretty, but I'm also dangerous. So approach with caution, human. She's described as this impossibly beautiful woman with long black hair, pale skin as white as snow, and eyes so dark they look bottomless. She wears a white kimono and she's cold. Literally. If you touch her, you become a popsicle. Her breath is colder than your ex's texts, and she can freeze you just by exhaling into your direction. In some versions, she's pure evil, the kind of spirit who freezes lost travelers, drains their life, or lures them into blizzards. But in other stories, she's not so bad. Sometimes she helps lost kids, saves travelers from freezing, or just drifts through the snow being all mysterious and elegant. There's even a romantic version of Yuki-Onna when she falls in love with a man she spares during a snowstorm. Years later, she marries him. They live happily ever after until he notices that she doesn't age at all. He's like, hey honey, what's your skincare routine? Because why wouldn't you ask your wife this, right? Especially if she's a yokai. And she's like, it's called being a supernatural snow demon. Then she vanishes. Classic heartbreak.
You broke my heart!
Well, at least she didn't kill him, from what I've read. Now, descriptions vary. Some say she floats above the snow, leaving no footprints. Others say she drifts like fog, appearing and disappearing with the wind. Always silent, always elegant, always creepy hot. Well, actually pretty cold. Different regions of Japan tell her story differently. In one area, she's a ghost hunting naughty kids who wander too far into the snow. In another, she's this floating, glowing figure, living fear everywhere she walks or floats. But what's cool is that she's not just a scary story. Yuki-Onna reflects how people in Japan saw winter. It could feed you or freeze you, bless you or bury you. She's beauty and danger wrapped into one very stylish ghost package. So next time it snows and you think, wow, how peaceful it looks, just remember, somewhere out there Yuki-Onna is watching, floating above the drifts in her icy kimono, waiting to see who's wandering too far from home. Another reason to stay inside, I don't mind. I'm just gonna sip my hot cocoa and mind my business by talking with you guys.
A damn fine cup of coffee.
Now, if you thought the Yuki-Onna legends are intense, well, let me tell you about the Morrigan, the goddess of war, death, fate and sovereignty. Because why not? She could do it all. The Morrigan is a shapeshifter, and not like, oh, she can turn into a fox. No, this woman turns into a crow, a slippery eel, and a grey-red battle wolf. She's part of the Tuatha de Danann. I think I have a problem with pronouncing words correctly. Tuatha de Danann, which is basically this VIP supernatural tribe of Ireland, the gods before the gods, the tribe of the gods. And the Morrigan is most famous for showing up before a big battle, giving a prophecy, and then flying overhead as a raven to eat the leftovers. Or as a crow. You know, goddess stuff. But underneath the battle goddess aesthetic, she's not just about war. In modern pagan practice, she represents sovereignty, protection, independence, and fierce feminine strength. She's the energy of stand up for yourself, protect your people, and do not let that man walk all over you. She's a goddess who inspires warriors, not just the sword-swinging type, but anyone fighting for justice, safety, and their community. So yeah, the Morrigan, war goddess, prophecy queen, shape-shifting icon, protector of women. And if she shows up to you in a crow form, just take the hint and keep your life together. Or just do your best, do your best.
Be our guest, be our guest, be our guest.
Put your imagination to the test for this next powerful lady, a special one from Romanian folklore that puts Ariel, the little mermaid, to shame. Please welcome Știma Apelor, the mistress of the waters. And you better pay attention and don't laugh at her, otherwise you might drown in the first puddle you step in. I'm just kidding. Or am I? In modern Romanian folklore, the legend of the Știma Apelor has survived as half fish, half woman. In some areas, it's half woman, half man. Or whatever form she feels like taking because she just can't decide and it's her right to change her mind. She stays underwater during the day and only comes to the surface at night. In the legend, Știma Apelor is most often described with long green hair, but every version mentions her enormous breasts, which she would throw over her back so she could swim. Who knows? Maybe that's how she caused floods and destruction on land whenever she felt like it. Why not? Why not?
Why not? Were you all drunk?
Just like mermaids from other cultures, Știma Apelor lured sailors into the water with her songs and appearance, then drowned them. The legend says that if you heard, "The hour has come, the man has not," you basically had to run because that was their call. That's how they demanded human lives from those nearby. It's said that in Romania there's a Știma Apelor, a water spirit, in every, well,
Make a wish into the well.
water source, whether it's a spring, a lake, or the sea, even a puddle. In the Bucovina region, Știma Apelor is known as the woman of the creek, and in the Apuseni mountains she's called the water wraith. Their existence made their way into literature as well. The Russian writer Maxim Gorky told, in his poem The Wallachian Legend, the story of a mermaid who lived in the Danube and was captured by sailors during the day. They fell in love with her and kept her close until she managed to escape at night and returned to the water. The sailors would then search for her in madness, and they too ended up drowning. She's not the villain. She's the boundary queen. If a man doesn't understand, "Don't chase me," she lets natural selection do the job. So what do all these women have in common? They're powerful, feared, misunderstood, and absolutely done with humanity's nonsense. They're warnings, symbols, stories, and reflections on how cultures view femininity, nature, grief, danger, and desire. They are beautiful, deadly, tragic, and honestly kind of iconic. Well, that was all for today's episode, and don't forget to offer a like and a subscribe because legends and secrets are better uncovered together. I hope you enjoyed our little trip where we met some of the most interesting female characters from folklore. Let me know if you knew about them, if you liked one of them, and also if you want me to talk about another topic, you can also share your curiosity in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Keep your six-toed dog close, just in case. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!